Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here, continuing the workbook lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today we continue with review 6 on lesson 207. And today's lesson is, repeating again, I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. And the lesson we're reviewing today is, I bless the world because I bless myself. God's blessing shines upon you from within my heart. I'm going to say that again. God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart, where he abides. I need but turn to him, and every sorrow melts away as I accept his boundless love for me. I am not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. So I'm going to go to the text here, or I'm sorry, not the text, to the workbook lesson itself, which is lesson 187, as mentioned. Again, it is, I bless the world because I bless myself. And I'm going to read through a couple of paragraphs here. The first paragraph says, no one can give unless he has. In fact, giving is proof of having. Now, we already have the love, the joy, and the peace and the happiness within us. And again, as we do this practice of the course, we are opening up our minds to, because it's all from our minds, where we are blocking that love that is always there. So we're not going to know that we have it if we're in the ego thought system and we're blocking the love. So again, it says no one can give unless he has. In fact, giving is proof of having. We have made this point before, it says. What seems to make it hard to credit is not this. No one can doubt that you must first possess what you would give. It is the second phase on which the world and true perception differ. Having had and given, the world asserts that you have lost what you possessed. The truth maintains that giving will increase what you possess. And it says, how is that possible? Well, the ego thought system, again, is all about gaining and losing. And the ego is about form. And when we give something in form, it is viewed as a loss by yourself and gain by the other. And this is the split mind, not the unified mind, which we are moving into as we continue this practice of shifting our thinking. Remember, it's a mind training. It said, this is bargaining, and nothing is real that can be shared. The ego gives to get versus living from and focusing on God's unlimitlessness, unlimitless supply. All things are possible with God. And this takes trust and patience. And in the manual for teachers, there's a whole section there on trust, in the levels of trust that we're building. So again, the truth maintains that giving will increase what you possess. And how is this possible? For it is sure that if you give a finite thing away, your body's eyes, your ego, looking from your ego, your body's eyes are not the true vision. You will not perceive that it's yours. Yet we have learned that things but represent the thoughts that make them. You do not lack for proof that when you give ideas away, you strengthen them in your own mind. We need to speak this. We need to share the ideas of love. extend that love in order to, implant it within our own being. I mean, not that it's not already there, but it's, we are building on that is already within us. But again, the veil of the ego blocks it all. We're removing that veil of who we truly are. It said, yet again, we have learned that things but represent the thoughts. Again, the thoughts that made them. We are looking at our thoughts throughout this course. And you do not lack for proof that when you give ideas away, you strengthen them in your own mind. Perhaps the form in which the thought seems to appear is changed in giving. Yet it must return to him who gives. Nor can the form it takes be less acceptable. It must be more. No, love does not impoverish. It doesn't impoverish us. So it's about us focusing again on God's unlimitless supply, not the scarcity principle that is of this world and of the dream and of the illusion. That the scarcity principle is based in fear of not having enough, not being enough. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not good enough. Life is not about getting. It is about extending love, knowing that everything you need is provided for you. When you're in that place of trust and know that God's got your back, both sides, in your center and is providing for you, there is freedom in extending love. So it said, never forget, you give but to yourself. Who understands what giving means must laugh at the idea of sacrifice, nor can he fail to recognize the many forms which sacrifice may take. He laughs at pain and loss, at sickness and grief, at poverty, starvation, and at death. He recognizes sacrifice remains the one idea that stands behind them all. And in this gentle laughter are they healed. Again, the ego doesn't want to hear this because the ego believes to love is to sacrifice love. So illusion recognized must disappear. When we recognize the illusion and give it over to the Holy Spirit, it must disappear. Your blessing lies on everything who suffers when you choose to see all suffering as it is. The thought of sacrifice gives rise to all the forms that suffering appears to take. And sacrifice is an idea so mad that sanity dismisses it at once. Suffering is not real. Again, it is a thought. It's a thought that we entertain. And we give life to these thoughts from our belief in suffering and pain. And we use suffering and pain as a defense, against who we are in truth, which is love. So again, if you sacrifice something for another, you cannot give gladly. Sacrifice actually generates resentment. Check that out. Where are you resenting? When you feel you are giving, that you have to, you're sacrificing yourself. So sacrifice generates resentment, and you are actually giving attack in that space of resentment. And this is how the ego operates. There's no freedom there. Only martyrdom and resentment occur. It's not giving again. It's not giving from love. The true spirit of love is freedom. You know, all self-betrayal, wherever you betray yourself, is sacrifice. And sacrifice, again, is self-betrayal. So I will leave you with this. Notice where you are afraid to lay aside the defenses of your mind. Again, you cannot be in two worlds. You're either in the space of fear or love. You're generating from fear or you're extending from love. And again, you're either coming from fear to get, or you are coming from the truth of who you are, which is love. And you're extending love from love. So that is the reflection today on lesson 207. I'm going to read the lesson again to remind us. This has to be, again, not has to be, but this is what we're up to, is implanting within ourselves and really getting that I am not a body. This body is only a communication vehicle. I'm not a body, I'm free. For I am still as God created me. And the lesson 187 is bless the world because I bless myself. We need to bless ourselves. We need to be in that space of self-love and developing more and more of that. And it says, God's blessing shines upon me from within my heart where he abides. I need but turn to him and every sorrow melts away as I accept his boundless, limitless love for me. I'm not a body. I am free, for I am still as God created me. All right, that is lesson 207. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. It said in there, as you express this, and I appreciate the opportunity here of your listening as I express, what is here in the Course of Miracles. Because as I express it, it builds within myself. It generates healing within myself. And as I heal, you heal. As I heal, as I go deeper into that self-love, I'm in more freedom to extend love to my brothers and sisters. So go out today, practice this course to the best of your ability, this lesson to the best of your ability. And I look forward to being with you in the next video, which will be on lesson 208 in review 6. All right, please like, comment, share below here, below this video, and subscribe if you haven't. And if you go further into the description, press the more button. There's an opportunity there. If your heart is moved to do so, I would appreciate your donations as I continue to build this community here on YouTube. Thank you. Have a blessed day, a heartfelt day, a love-filled day. All right, look forward to being with you in the next video for 208.